Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unicorn Game Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What a Let's Build video is about? Well, I'll take a model kit and I'll show you how to put it together. If there's any areas of concern on the sprue, I can show you. Areas of concern would be things that are weak and be very careful when you snip it, or if you're going to clean it down, be careful because it's weak. If there's any numbers from the instructions and on the sprue they're different, I'll give you guys a heads up. If you struggle with instructions because of dyslexia, or you just struggle with instructions in general, this is a visual aid. If you're interested in the model but not sure, you know, is it going to be difficult or not, it's a visual aid to help you. If you're thinking about new armies, again, this is another one. This is Let's Build yesterday, Lord Typhus. And to be honest, this model is easier than it looks to build. But enough of that. For all my regulars, guys, thank you very much. See you in a second. Right, so what am I building today? I've got loads of Marvel Crisis Protocol. I've put them onto the side, for a minute, because people aren't really interested in it. But I've got them sitting there annoying me. I want to get them done, glued, painted, eventually to play a game. If we don't play a game, at least there's still cool models to put together and to paint. And as I've said before, even if I put a glass cabinet there and I just put all the Marvel Crisis Protocol models in a glass cabinet and never played with, it's just a nice thing to have sitting there. So with that said, I've got loads to do. So I'm going to do Kingpin today. So as usual, tools needed: mold lines paper. Now you can use a hobby knife or a surgical blade or something like that. If you're using a blade, be careful because they are sharp. Let people know that you're using a blade so nobody scares you and accidentally cut yourself. Clippers, the most useful part of our tool. The most useful tool we have: sanding sponge. Now this is sponge with sandpaper either side, fine grit. It's a plastic kit, so I have plastic glue, but I also have super glue at hand just in case. And some will say, that's a mad super glue. It is. I love this super glue. I prefer this one than the tube one because there is a brush on the end, so it's easier to get into the bits and pieces. But anyway, I'm going to pop this kit open and we'll have a look at the sprue. Right, looking at this kit, this is going to be seems to be a very easy kit to build. I mean, very easy. It's probably may not even be a 10-minute video, but anyway, as always, this is for everyone that's new. We look at the sprue. So we have body, front and back. We have legs. We have arms. His head, big massive head on him. There's another part of an arm by the looks of it. There's his hand for his cane, and there's his base part that his foot goes into. You can see the thing on his foot already. So this goes in there. It's a hexagon shape. Perfect. And there's two bases, which is absolutely fantastic. So I love these bases. Very, very nice. I'm probably going to go with this one. So before I start getting the first pieces together, I'm going to say is, guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, because it costs you absolutely nothing, but helps the channel out in a massive, massive way. And turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. I know this is Marvel Crisis Protocol. If that's not your thing, that's cool, because there's a lot of 40k stuff that always comes around. For all my regulars that have always watched everything that I've done and been here from the beginning, massive thank you to all of you guys. So the first pieces that we need are number 2 and number 3, which is his front and back body parts. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, and show you how they go together. So very simple. Literally just slide to each other like that. Yeah, very, very simple. Now when I put it in, you can see there's a little line down there. Just run a little bit of plastic glue down there, and it'll just get rid of that join line. So I'm going to glue that together and come back for the next piece. Our next piece we need is number 4, which is this arm. But we're not going to go with that yet. We're going to take number 5, which is this little hand bit here, and his walking stick, and glue those together, because that then glues into this one. number 4. So with the walking stick, you can see it's very, very thin plastic. Okay, so it's meant to have on the top here, so this little round bit, and then you've got this little bit, and then there's a little bit on top of that. That little bit you need to keep. So that triangle bit of sprue needs to come off, but a little bit at the top there needs to keep, because that's where its hand slots into. So I'm going to snip these off, clean these down, and then show you how they go together. Right, so a little hole there. I've actually put some plastic glue into it already because it's very fiddly. This is 2 very fiddly pieces on this model. So what I do now is, that end just slots in there like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry. I need to find something to leave that to dry whilst I move on to the next piece. So the next piece is, well, we go back on ourselves now, so number 4, which is this piece here. I'm going to snip that off, clean it down, and show you how it goes. That's very straightforward. It's a hexagon key and a hexagon hole. Just goes in like so. Okay, so I'm going to glue that into place. Well, what we actually need now are his legs, number 8 and number 9. Number 9 is this side, number 8 is that side. So when I snip it off the sprue, I'm going to put this one, number 9, on that side of me. Just, it's pretty straightforward to see because of the 2 feet, but just so there's no confusion on my behalf. So I'm going to snip those down, clean those down, and we'll show you how they can slot in. I've actually made it very straightforward. So even if you did mix them up, one's a hexagon, which goes that side, and the other one is a square peg, or not exactly square, but it's sort of square, goes that side. So they literally just slot into place. Okay, so I'm going to glue them on and then come back and show you the next piece. Our next piece we need is number 6. But see, what he wants me to do is glue this number 6 in and then glue this hand onto it. But what I'm going to do is take these 2 off and glue them together first and then glue it onto the model as one piece. Now it's pretty straightforward. There's a little round peg that goes actually into the body of the model, and this bottom piece here is like a rectangular type shape. There's that piece there that goes into it. So I'm going to clip those off, clean those down, glue these 2 together, and then the arm actually glues into there. So it's very, very, very straightforward. Sorry, keep knocking the camera because it's so cold. It's actually snowing. When I press the button, it's not registering my fingers. They're that cold. Anyway, now I'm onto the hand. It's very straightforward. You can see how it goes already. Just slots in there. So I'm going to glue that in, and then we'll go back for the head. I just want to give a special note this time. The way this model goes together, it's hexagons and squares, absolutely so easy. But also I like this. Yeah, this cane doesn't make it all the way to the ground or go past the foot, so it's actually fantastic. Anyway, so the next piece we need is the head, which is this lovely beefy face. I'm going to now clean it down. I'll show you how that goes. It's a horrible casting line across the top of the head. I just got rid of. This is big bald head. That literally just slots in there, and as you can see, it's a funny shape of the bum. It's a funny little shape in there. Just slots in there. Nice and easy. It's a mean looking bastard, isn't he? Anyway, glue him on, and I'll come back for the final piece and the base. Right, so here's the last piece. So actually, look at the detail on that. It says Sun and Murdoch, attorneys at law. Now Matt Murdoch, Wilson and Murdoch, I think it says. Now Matt Murdoch, I think it's Matt Murdoch, his name is actually Daredevil, and he hates Daredevil. He hates Spider-Man as well, but he likes the Punisher because he wants to punish on his team. But again, it's very simple. There's a hexagon mark in there, hexagon on his foot. It just literally slots in there. Fiddle around it, there we go. Literally just slots straight into there. And then that glues to the base, his other foot glues to the base, and we're done. So I'm going to do that and then come back and show you what it looks like. Right, one thing I haven't shown you, which I usually shown in this build, is the rules and stats for the model. This is his data cards. His data card, front and back. So I presume that's in normal mode, and that's him in rage mode. Because he's all suited up there, and he's down to his waistcoat and purple shirt, going absolutely nuts. You see the veins in his head popping out as well. There's some tokens for him, and there's some cards there to play. Now I haven't shown you these guys, or I haven't gone through this on this video because I don't know the rules too well on this. I haven't, to be honest with you, and I haven't even looked at the rules and started reading the rules for this because I've been so focused on 40k and getting those models going. But I've got to show you that just so there is rules for him. That's what I'm going to do now. I'll give you a difficult rating. I would give this guy probably, so I don't know, I think 1 is too low. I'm going to give him a 2 to 3. Okay, to be honest, 2 to 3. Now, in terms of 95, actually in terms of all of his body, it all goes in perfectly. There's a hexagon shape key into the hole, or there's a square one or a rectangular one. It's perfect. This arm here, hanging across his chest, holding across his chest there, it wanted to just glue this bit in first, then that bit on. Well, I glued the whole arm together, then glued it on. That was a little bit of a push to get on, but it went on and there was no bothers at all. The only thing with this model that was fiddly is the walking cane and the hand. Gluing them together and then gluing them into the slot. That's the only fiddly part. The rest of it is a breeze. Absolute breeze. We're looking at 11-minute video now, and I've literally maybe spent 10 more minutes cleaning bits down. The only mold line I come across was across the top of his head. So everything else was spot on and perfect and brilliant. So well done to the guys that make this game. It's a fantastic sculpt. Another thing with this model I'm a little bit nervous about, but I'm looking forward to. When I paint it, he has a white suit. So trying to do white on that sort of scale, for me, it's going to be a little bit challenging, but I'm looking forward to it. So what I'm going to do now is bring you down, show you some pretty pictures. Thank you guys for watching. Again, hit the buttons if you're not subscribed to the channel already. For everyone else, thank you very much. I'll bring you down and I'll show you some pretty pictures now, guys. Till next time, take it easy.